Teddy Redgrave. Chapter 16, Braxton Manor Basement. Molly's latest contract put a unique spin on werewolf hunting. She wanted a Mr. Sykes captured and alive. The good news is that he remains among the living. The bad news is that he made a run for it. You tried chasing down Sykes and Jemmy, only to get knocked out by the latter. A palpable chill creeps up your legs from the flagstone floor as you reluctantly examine your surroundings. The trail has led you to the manor basement. A few scattered lamps feebly contest the shadows encroaching from every corner. Not a sound from the party upstairs can be heard, only a steady dripping from an unseen pipe. The expected damp and mildew cloaks some of the undefined sense that somehow suggests suffering. The way on is dimmer still, but perking up your ears, you detect the tiny sounds of another living presence somewhere ahead. Is there another living presence then? Oh, we're in here! Brocker's beard. Am I seeing double? This is what I call the wages of mercy. Task failed, werewolf hunter, that's fine. Molly wanted Sykes delivered to Braxton Manor. I have to wonder if I've ended up there as well. I don't regret trying to liberate Sykes, but after he fled the containment zone, tracking him down again put me face to face with Jemmy. After Jemmy knocked me out, he must have carted both me and Sykes to Braxton Manor, where I guess he tossed me into the cell. I wouldn't be surprised if Lord Braxton has a dungeon. No question about it, I'm in the basement of Braxton Manor, and there's supposed to be a soiree here tonight. Bugger the soiree. I need to find Molly. She's the one who roped me into this bloody mess. Well, about that. The cell door is secured with a simple Gauler's lock. Nothing I can't get past with a little effort. Let's free ourselves. Never leave the workbench without my pocket bolt masher. Not since General Chang got the drop on me back in 45. Well, there it is. Is Molly dead already? Yes, she is. Smells like a slaughterhouse down here. It's Molly, Beard of Brocker. She's been murdered. There goes my chance to collect any sort of payment. Yeah, whatever. Although I shouldn't have expected any. I tried to set free the man she was having me hunt. There we go. You are dead, Molly. Let's trample on her for good measure. Nothing of... An empty cell, hardly of interest. Okay. That is the most obvious way to tell me that there's nothing interesting here. This is our cell, also hardly of interest. No, we can look around, but there's nothing in here. I'm holding down the button to highlight stuff already, so something would have popped up if there was anything of note. Okay, a machine. All this for some light bulbs in the manor upstairs? No, this must be powering something else. No sense trying to unravel this mystery tonight. Perhaps when I've got more time to spare. Okay, a chalkboard. It's a complex series of chemical equations. I wonder if whoever wrote this kept working the problem in their head when they ran out of space. Writing tablet. The volume of equations here makes Otto's inner workings look simple by comparison. Okay, there's a body. Let's take a look at it. Dear God, is that fully vol? It looks like his throat was cut like a hog, and then, most likely, the wielder of the blade tipped him into this vat of acid. The state of the body makes it hard to tell, but I'm almost certain that's fully vol. That mad bloke, what a way to go. Yeah, what a way to go. Let's take a look at the furnace. Doubt it's used for heating purposes. More likely to dispose of defective apparatuses and bodies. Yeah, let's escape the basement. Let's take a look at this first. Oh, seeking answers. Just one task ahead, okay. Molly's dead, but if she's doing business with Lord Braxton, then I can ask him to pay me the bounty for delivering Sykes. Okay, there's a crucifix. Look at the crucifix, please. That's what I wanted. Crucifix. Somebody set this crucifix aside, either in disuse or disgust. Perhaps the head of household lost faith. Or, knowing blue bloods, upgraded to a golden one. Yes, the spirit of Jesus and all that. All about the gold-encrusted rich people stuff. Likely used to deliver any manner of food, any manner of goods foods, tools, and even body parts. Both mechanical and organic. Paintings? There's black mold crawling all over the frames. No wonder nobody hangs them. Too dangerous to pick them up. Yeah, don't want to mess with black mold. That's just inviting trouble. Bottles of wine. Well, how do you do? There's a sizable wine collection here. I've heard the lady of the house has a bit of a problem. Though looking at these vintages, it's tough to blame her. Okay, you could never tempt me with wine, to be honest. Like, wine is just... Oh, we missed that. There's a way... Is that a way up? Upstairs, okay. Okay, I must have completely missed that. Let's take a look outside, maybe. It would warn me, right? This door must lead to the grounds. Think I did everything else there was to do in here. We can enter the place through the front door as well, or go back down, I guess. Is that the same? Yes, I think that's exactly the same as before. So I've already read it. Okay, a black dog. A black dog. Or maybe not. Okay, Teddy, I have successfully located you. Is it my imagination, or does Otto seem a bit jaunty? He's practically bouncing on his springs. Point of fact. Good to see you, Otto. Where have you been? The wayward son returns. Have you come to apologize for running off? No, it's good to see you, Otto. Where have you been? I am also pleased that we are in proximity again. I recently learned that you might be in danger, so I made it my priority to come help you. Well, it's damn good of him to watch my back. I guess we're friends after all. I see, but how did you get here? I concealed myself on Lord Braxton's airship and recently disembarked at the back of an outbuilding in which something rather strange is most certainly going on. Amazing, it seems like the determination core is paying dividends already. And there is more. On the way to this location, I spotted a large, intricate and unusual device. I am curious to examine it more closely. Very interesting. That must be what all the hullabaloo is about. Some sort of demo at the guest house. Okay. Okay, interesting. Shall we go then? Still got some things to do around here. Alright. Currently standing by until you are ready. Thank you, Otto. I want to look around first. Oh, I can't. Can I not interact with the black dog? Okay. Bloody hell, it's a black dog. I bet Lord Braxton has it here to keep trespassers at bay. Recall an anecdote involving black dogs. I remember exterminating a few of those demons out in Bristol, close to a riverbank to boot. Black dogs are found of remote watercourses and are fond of remote watercourses and foggy nights. Easy for them to vanish and strike back later. That said, they can also act as protective spirits for families. Why can't they all be good puppers? Okay. Arsenal Sentry. Passage to Kennels is denied. You may take the path to the guest house over to the right, if you are a guest. I am not able to discern if you are a guest. And you, Arsenal Sentry? Don't think I should leave Otto behind. Best if we go to the guest house together. Okay, so that's just that. There's plenty of people here. Pavel? Now here's someone you wouldn't normally find in these parts. Pavel, I didn't know the London elite needed your services. Huh, Braxton Manor isn't as squeaky clean as you might think, get it? Squeaky? What do you make of Lord Braxton anyhow? Oh, what do you make of Lord Braxton anyhow? Truth be told, I've yet to meet him. He's hardly approachable, and he may prefer to keep his distance from common folk like us. Seen or heard anything rum? You always had an eye and ear for such things. It's a good question. Place looks nice on the surface, though I feel there's something amiss that isn't readily apparent. Maybe it's the fact that only Lady Braxton is around, but Lord Silas hasn't been seen all evening. If I were a well-heeled industrialist, where would I be? Lurking in the shadows like Sucker Jones? Well, it was nice talking to you. And you, Mr. Redgrave, pleasure as always. Green Street, Lady Braxton, Southern Gent, Bodyguard. Okay, Green Street. Is that Green Street? Wonder what brought him here. What brought him all the way out here? Green Street, you sure have a knack for going places. I'm Mr. Redgrave, but I could say the same to you. Most engine people I know hardly see the light of day. Always bent over some project or another in the workshop. Enjoying the party? Food's good, can't complain. I cover few words. You haven't seen Lord Silas around, have you? It's odd that the manor's namesake is nowhere to be found. I admit I was looking forward to meeting him, and perhaps we will if we're patient enough. But at least Lady Braxton is here, even if she'd rather acquaint herself with liquor than with partygoers. Take care now. You as well, Mr. Redgrave. Okay, plenty of people. Let's take a look at the angelic fountain. I guess from the other side. An angel holding a torch towards the manor. What's that supposed to mean? Protection, I suppose? Reminds me of Prometheus stealing fire from the gods and the harsh punishment he received. Okay. I guess we'll take a look at the sentry up there. Sentries? Does Lord Silas think he needs armed guards at his parties to keep the peace? Parameter secure. I suggest drinking wine for enjoyment. Willard Rathbone. Mr. Redgrave, I hardly knew you partook in such occasions. What can I say? I'm a walking riddle. Well, all the more reason to get to know you better. What's on your mind? Enjoying your time here? Indeed. As much as I would love to see Lord Braxton in the flesh, I can't deny that he left quite the impression on yours truly with the Egyptian theme and delectable selection of victuals. And I gather those victuals include lots of meat? Oh, just because I love animals doesn't mean I must restrain myself from gastronomical matters. Besides, it's not like marsupials are being served on silver platters. Any idea where Lord Braxton is? Not precisely, though I wager something fetching will unfold at the guest house. And if I know Silas Bragg, he isn't one to miss out on such an event. Have you seen anything strange going on around here? Around here? Not that I know of, though it's worth mentioning that my parakeets have been picking up all manner of foul words from passers-by recently. Hardly good for business, no sir. Part of me wants to hear it for myself. If that isn't entertainment, I don't know what is. I think I'll leave you to it. That's fair enough, Redgrave. Enjoy the rest of the party. Tessica Lincoln. Ah, there's good old Tessica. Miss Lincoln, how nice to run into you. And you, Mr. Redgrave. Are you enjoying the party? I'm a solitary dwarf by nature, so I tend to keep to myself, but the booze is good. It's good to speak with people you don't get to see in the normal course of the day. Let's go with the second one. Indeed. Well, have a good night, Mr. Redgrave. You too, madam. Okay, 1 second. Just another cough. Sorry about that. Bodyguard. This fellow is likely the other gentleman's bodyguard, given the other's doughy face and silver spoon look. Not sure he could defend himself otherwise. Good evening, I'm Teddy Redgrave, Monster Hunter. He looks surprised to be addressed. I am Iron Bear, bodyguard. I'd guessed as much. You strike me as a gent who knows his way around combat. Then you are wiser than most of the guests at this manor. Well, I don't really fit in here, truth be told. Nor I. I sense we are both men of action more than words. You'd be right about that. We both share a look born of mutual understanding. Well, it's been an unexpected pleasure, Iron Bear. If we meet again, let's have a proper drink. I believe I would like that, Teddy Redgrave. Farewell. Okay, Southern Gent. This gentleman appears to be quite the social butterfly, always flitting about, quick with a grin or a quip. Good evening, I'm Teddy Redgrave, Monster Hunter. You've been speaking to everyone else. I admit to feeling a touch left out. Ah, Mr. Dwarf, Redgrave, was it? And a Monster Hunter, good lord. Suppose that goes away to explain why you're nearly more machine than dwarf. He laughs at his own joke. Rich toffs like him are always far too pleased with themselves. As an engineer, being part machine is often a help rather than a hindrance. I am a limbs of proof of my resilience. After all, I am the one who came back alive. Let's go with ingenuity. After all, it's easier to diagnose what's wrong with a machine. Well, that's certainly one way to look at it, but where are my manners? Tanner Cunningham, businessman from the Republic of Texas. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. The trite phrase is even more empty than usual. Outside of a need to hire my services, he has no use for someone like me. Have you met any interesting people tonight, Tanner? Oh, he doesn't like me calling him by his first name. Score 1 for Teddy. Well, of course, my lad. That's what shindigs like these are for, you know. No one quite as thrilling as a monster hunter, but we can't all be risking life and limb out there. Though, who knows, if my business rivals ever get a hold of me, thoroughly unpleasant chap. Well, I'll leave you to it. I'm sure you have important work to do. Right you are, dear boy. Right you are. Okay. Okay, alright, let's not tarry. Oh, Otto's perspective now. Oh, he's leading the way, okay. Makes sense. I suppose we can't return to the house. Maybe we missed out on that. It's fine. We'll live. What from the outside seemed to be an unassuming guest house looks more like a cramped storage for steam-powered gadgets and machines of every description. Odd vehicles, long disused automatons, and weird parts of all shapes and sizes are heaped here and there under no apparent system. Some of the less recognizable items, medical inventions, you're guessing, or possibly torture devices, are downright disturbing in their aspect. And the whole dim cavern is dominated by a robotic surgeon hanging from above like a hideous metal spider waiting for fresh prey. Phew, we arrived at the guest house unmolested and without hazard. No one in visual range. Current status hidden. This is a keen vantage point, Otto, I must say, though I didn't like that rickety ladder much. But we must not let our guard down. We are likely to encounter antagonists at this location. Probability high, more data needed. Hey now, old sport. Maybe it's just a barn where Lord Braxton has a workshop. Let's have a look before getting all worked up. Okay. Let's eavesdrop. Is there a skill check attached to that? Lord Braxton should be leading the guests into the back gardens any time now. That is if she Lady Braxton should be leading the guests into the back gardens any time now. That's if she hasn't drowned herself in gin. Valuable data being broadcast. Audio receptors at maximum. I wager I did a kind of Everard Clare voice, I think. I'm gonna need some water before I can do that. 1 second. I wager I should rehearse my speech in the meantime. After all, first impressions matter. Clearly this man is full of himself. And that's before mentioning the horrid experiment he's about to conduct on that lady down there. Oh no. Dear friends, tonight for your enjoyment, I present to you a creature of inestimable pity. This poor wretch, elderly and indignant, was kindly loaned to us by the Benthal House facility. I extend my thanks to Dr. Wainwright, a man fearless in the pursuit of science. If science is indeed what is being pursued here. The subject is completely devoid of mental faculty, a vegetative husk, whatever humanity she once possessed, no more than a memory. Yet how fortuitous for her, for all of us, that she has been chosen for today's procedure. Reevaluating meaning of fortuitous and fortune. For the first time, a cure is available for this woman's deplorable condition, not through the magic of ancient gods, but from the ingenuity of man. Fascinating how eloquent words can so effectively cloak a terrible crime. With Arsenal Engine's technology, I shall restore the subject's enfeebled mind to sentience, to consciousness, and reverse the devastating effects of disease. And all of you gathered here will bear witness to the most stunning medical advancement of the century. Now look at his expression, like a child yearning for a lolly. Now if only Molly were here with the werewolf blood, I could prepare the serum and get started. Approaching decision point. If we wish to interfere, we must make haste. The surgery will commence presently. The moral thing would be to intervene. You estimate a 99% chance for the procedure to fail. The moral thing would be to intervene. To enact this dangerous procedure on an unconsenting person, someone completely unable to consent, is indefensible. The moral thing would be to intervene. Bloody hell, Otto. This is worse than I imagined. Perhaps we could access the surgical theater from the door just there. There is no time, Otto. We need to go around the building and save the poor patient's life if we can. Okay, I suppose ground floor it is. Right? Nothing in here. Okay, yeah, that's right. Let's go to the ground floor. And let's prevent this from happening. Let's take a look at the heavy cable though. A lengthy and conspicuous black cable, source unknown, terminus the guest house. Purpose of the cable unknown. Purpose of the cable unknown. I look at the size of it. This has to be where the power is coming in. Tuning to electrical ambience. I do detect a significant amount of electricity passing through it. Yeah, I can feel the heat coming off it. I'd wager it's running that surgical machine. Perhaps we should sever it. Normally I agree, Otto, but whoever's under the knife down there might need the power to stay alive. Let's circle the building and see what we can, see. The Redbeard does have a point. Transformer. Aha, the power is coming from Silas's airship. Clever Blighter. It's being routed through this transformer. What a beauty she is. You could power a whole block downtown with gear like this. Unfortunate there isn't time to study it further. Mr. Teddy is keen on circling the building. It does seem the best path forwards, should we avoid trouble and stop whatever's happening inside the guest house. Yeah, let's quickly run. Circle the building, see where that leads us. If we can... watch out! Here comes one of Molly's goons. His gait suggests he's overly self-confident. Confront. We need to deal with whoever this is directly. And if it's necessary, eliminate them entirely. No problem, let's see if this lunkhead can put up a challenge. Oh, it's you. Oi! What are you two lurking around here for? This area's restricted, so you best be on your way, for I let my sledgehammer do the talking. Technically, sledgehammers are incapable of speech. You better shut your gob, Tin Man, or else you'll let your sledgehammer do the shutting. Pshaw, what a cheeky goddamn rattletrap. Look here, Redbeard. That your automaton? That voice, is that Paco Mendeles? Who? Oh, he's the dockhound I met back in the warehouse. Paco Mendeles, duly noted. Oi, as to your question, that little tin trap your property? 'Cause I'm about to smash it to bits if you don't clear out. Alright lad, bank that boiler, but if you must know, yes, he's my automaton. I am my own automaton, but if I say the word to Teddy, I'll be the last automaton you'll ever see. Moonshine on the water. I'll beat the both of you to a pulp. Just try me. This thug is below average intelligence for a dwarf. Deception is still an option. That is if the Redbeard can handle it. Tell Teddy to explain. Mr. Teddy, perhaps you can help this gentleman understand the importance of our being here tonight. Righto, Otto. Look here, Paco. I'm an engineer, as you probably guessed, and this is Otto. He's an absolute whiz with circuitry. Keeps me from getting sapped. Neither of us enjoy getting sapped. Bloody hell. What's that got to do with it? Lord Braxton is very keen that the power isn't interrupted during the evening's festivities. We're looking over the system, making sure everything works as expected. Sounds about right. Lot of electricity going round. I can feel the air buzzing. There's a dirigible nearby, belongs to Lord Braxton, of course. That would be the reason you can feel the air buzzing. It's drawing current from the atmospheric charges in the sky. Atmospherical? Yeah, I know about it. Go ahead, and if you hang about after the fancy jacks are gone, there'll be plenty of grub left. It'll serve us well to be diplomatic whenever possible. Yeah, oftentimes it's better. But not with Molly. And not with the weird scientist guy. Running experiments on little kids. Nah, at that point I draw a line. But Paco, whatever. Don't have a problem with sparing him. Okay, not exactly sure what we're getting into here, Otto. But it's no turning back now. Let's go inside. No sense delaying the inevitable. This is a consequence we will face together. End of chapter. True friends stab you in the front. Thank you for that one, Oscar Wilde.